tell them we up next. You can't stop that. This your favorite podcast. Every show is lit, baby. You know what we finna do. Slick gon' talk that slick talk. He gon' get political. Okay. Do not switch topics. Nope. Niggas is toxic. Poppy shots don't always saying something wrong, but if you don't like it, what we saying, nigga, oh well. We try to tell you, baby, this might not go well. This might not go. Hey, that's it. One take. We're not even doing it again. Keep that. That's the one.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of This Might Not Go Well. Yeah. Episode 204. We in the building. You ain't know who it is. It's the host with the most, B Weezy, aka Poppy Sazon.
Yes. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Slick Grayson. How y'all doing out there?
All right. Shout out to Jamie Tox. You feel me? He'll be back next week. You feel me? Love my boy. But you know what you gotta do. Download the Live Podcast app on iOS and Android. And make sure you follow us on all social media at This Might Not Go Well. If any branded deals, business opportunity, please email us at thismightnotgowell@gmail.com. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe everywhere, and rate us 5-star because that helps out with the algorithms. All right, brother. Episode 204. How we doing this week?
I'm chilling, man. It's been a good break. Very good. Very much needed, well-timed break. I think just being in a good space, healthy space, or just reflective space. I think that's something that I'm just happy to be in. Baby girl just hit 10 months, so that's another big thing. Just very, very just thankful to be able to watch her grow, and just even the little things like when she don't want to take a nap, it's like you just feel thankful that those are the things that you have to worry about. So it's a positive energy. Excited for this weekend. A couple fun things to do before we get back to the daily grind. How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm feeling all right, man. I'm feeling okay, got a lot of stuff to do. I just want to put a message out there. Just check on your strong friends, This past weekend got in touch with people. The world everybody's dealing with their own pain. Everybody's dealing with their own traumas, their own situation. And sometimes you feel me, they feel like they don't have people to talk to. I hope everyone does have people that they can talk to. If not, you can, I don't mind if y'all hit me up in a DM, but just check on your strong friends, man. You never know what people might be going through out there in the world. Just a nice little conversation. Hey, how's it going? Could go a long way. So just, don't forget that.
That's real. I think it's really important to really take that step back and be like, yo, you good? Like, I think I just hit you with that when before we went into production, on some just checking in, because I think I found myself in this space a little bit recently where it's just like, all right, yo, I got my shit going on, but then I know people got other shit going on, and at times you might put your efforts into supporting other people if that's your nature, or you might isolate yourself and cut the world off, and you should kind of be tiptoeing that line, make sure that you're doing what you got to do for yourself, but also just be able to be there and show fellowship and congeniality with the people around you, because that's your community. And when the community is thriving, it's a beautiful thing. But sometimes to thrive, you got to be able to just check in, just make sure you know something. There's nothing worse than thinking if somebody's good or you all stuck on whatever you got going on, and you check in and you find out, somebody passed that was important to you, or somebody lost their job, or there's a lot of things that happen, especially at this stage of life. So just make sure you check in. I think that was a great way to open up the episode.
Yeah, that's a fact. Because, and I was talking to a couple people. I don't want to sit here and put people out. But we are living, our generation have seen a lot. We have seen wars. We have seen national disasters. We have seen epidemics, recession. We have seen a lot in our lifetime, and we're only in our 30s. And then also, we're starting to see that the American dream that they told us about when we was younger ain't really that true. That thought of just you go to school, get a job, and get a car, you get a house, and you're being good. And we're realizing now, you got to work double hard, you got to get extra jobs, you got to find things on the side to make up enough money to live comfortably. So I think some of us are not living in the reality, or I want to say experiencing the reality of the falselyhood of what was promised to us. and that could take a toll on a lot of different people. So I want to send everyone virtual love, care. Make sure you go talk to someone, even if you don't feel comfortable about talking to therapists, because I know some people don't like the thought of talking to a professional. But just find that safe person or that support person or that support activity, and don't give up, man. You still got a lot more to live for.
That's a fact. Coming specifically from the therapy, bro. Even though I have skipped my last like 3 therapy sessions, I got to get back in tune because I definitely was like, damn, I could have used her this week. But we'll decompress with that next week.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's get to Trumpy Trump. I ain't gonna lie, Trump, China's whipping our ass, gang. You try to troll them, they trolling back harder. Have you seen the videos of them making the MAGA flags and all that other stuff for Trump?
Shout out to Sandbags.
Yeah, man. You want to get your political news slick?
Yeah, so I mean, we kind of touched on it last week where we talked about, the tariffs and, just how the government, China and the U.S. are going band for band. Like, you want to be a big bad, you got to pay this, you pay that to get your goods. So China basically said, yo, I'm cutting the head off the snake. If you go on TikTok, and I'm sure you've all seen this, there have been several Chinese distributors that have talked about how luxury fashion houses and all these consumerist brands, all their stuff is made over there in China, and then it's only sent to Hermes, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all of them. It's sent there for the tags, so it can be said.
We knew this though, Slick. We knew this. That's why when people was over there killing themselves for them bags, makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense, but again, it was the idea of it. It's different when you know it, but it's unconfirmed. It's like a rumor. A rumor is only as so crazy as the person that believes it. When it's proven to be a fact, just like the Diddy shit. We always said Diddy was a nasty nigga for years, right?
Yeah.
And then it comes out and it was like, oh shit, this is crazier than I expected. Now it's like they like, oh, you want a Birkin? You don't want to pay $38,000? Yeah, it costs $1,200 to make it. So $1,200, you pay the tariff, you doubled it up, you paying $3,000 for a $38,000 bag, and all you're missing is the logo, or not even the logo. You're missing the tag that says it's made wherever, and it's crazy because it's like, in a way, damn, DH Gate, y'all should be making y'all bread. You don't ever feel ashamed about somebody telling you got your shit from DH Gate because it's the same shit. But also, it's just like, it speaks to the larger issue of consumerism. Like, these brands have been marketing. I think about I'm going to talk about celebrity, like Cardi B. Cardi's like, I'm buying these Birkins because these are an investment. They go up in value over time. That value might be stuck now that people know how much they really cost to make. This isn't genuine Italian leather. And even if it is, it's like, yeah, but it's made in the factory in China next to the same Fugazi shit that niggas used to clown people for buying on Canal Street. And it really it opens eyes to the fact that almost everything we buy is made in China. So it's like, as a country, we are being put in a position where we are essentially distancing ourselves from our greatest supplier. And that's not even to talk about the other stuff with Trump, where it's like, yo, he's shooing away the Supreme Court, saying he doesn't have to listen to them and whatnot. Like, things are getting bad. But what you think, B?
Okay, this might get me kicked out of the black community or the people who are anti-Trump. There's a part of me that fucks with it in a sense because it makes me kind of dislike Joe Biden. In a sense, this man's been in office for a few months, and the amount of shitstorm he has dusted up compared to what the hell we've been asking Joe to do for the last 4 years and all the excuses he's been giving us. And it made me think to myself, because I was talking to a colleague who actually voted for him, by the way. I don't mind having these conversations with people who I didn't vote for him. Remember, check the records. I said I voted for Karmelo. But I was having a person who actually voted, and I told her, like, yo, even though I disagree with everything he does, if I was a supporter of him, I'm happy in a sense. This man has made promises, has said things he was going to shake shit up. This man has come to office shaking shit up, Slick. He has, even though he's not completing everything he says he's going to do, but he's been doing something. But then it goes back to the logic where, and I remember you sent this on TikTok of Torre, we're losing democracy under this nigga's belt. Every day, by every ruling and executive order and stuff that he's trying to do, even when he's attempting to run for a third term, we're close to losing democracy, and we're closer to a shitstorm. And once again, I said this a few episodes ago, the road to repair is going to be 12 years. We're not going to see changes, bro, until 12 years, bro. And that shit's sad, because we got to wait for him to get out of office, elect a good person, got to let that good person reverse everything this nigga did. Then we got to have this new person put in new policies. And then in order to see the growth in the policies, we got to wait a few more years for the policies to take effect. And that shit just kind of sads me a little bit, but oh man, I don't know, bro. And then also, I saw some stuff too. They demanding that he fires Elon Musk. What's your thoughts about that?
Well, Elon Musk is not an elected official, so I believe they found a clause that says that he had 150 days to do whatever he's being tasked to do by the president, and he has to officially be done with his political business. So I think that's a good precedent to set, because if not, it's just like it's giving our elected officials or our president, our executive branch, the ability to just have whoever they want come through. And I think showing a billionaire, the richest man or one of the richest men in the planet, to be able to come in and just influence policy, contribute to American unemployment and things of that nature, it's such a dangerous precedent. So at least there is some kind of a situational law that's being used to validate that. And I can't say that Elon Musk has done anything to benefit anybody but those in his immediate circle. Our country was never meant to run like a business.
Yeah.
And respectfully, disrespectful, however you want to put it, Donald Trump has not really run successful businesses. So it's kind of like, what are we doing here? It's like you think about Tesla, like, yeah, they do innovative shit, but they're not even doing the craziest, like in their field, they're not doing the craziest shit. It's just the fact that we don't have access to the Chinese cars and things that are happening on that side. So it's like, yo, come on, y'all gotta do better. We gotta get him out of here.
Yeah. And then let's get to some other news, man. Tay K, Mr. Did the Race, sentenced to 80 years in prison for the murder of a San Antonio man. Now he was found not guilty for capital murder, but he was found guilty for murder. What's your thoughts about Tay K, man? This is one of the viral cases from 2017 from that viral song of his.
Man, that shit is heartbreaking. It's like, and I know they talk about the YNs and whatnot, but it's like these young kids, they really just be doing shit on a whim. And it's like 80 years of your life, you're gonna die in jail, right? And he's not the only person that's caught up in some stuff like this. Like, y'all out here hitting licks, committing murders, committing crimes, rapping about it, and it's like you get to a point where it's like, oh, bro, like you had your whole life ahead of you, and he don't even look. I can't say he doesn't look remorseful in the stand in the images I've seen. But it's just like, it's like a deafness in his face. Like he knows it's over. Right? And it's just like, you shouldn't have those feelings. I think about, like, you saw that viral video that was going around of the grandma talking to her son or her grandson. And like he got sentenced to 85 years. And like, that's the last time you're going to see your grandma, or 55 years, whatever. Yep. And it's like, yo, that's real shit. Like, your grandmother, she's over 50 years old. There's a 90% chance you're not going to see her again. Right? So we losing the youth, even you say at a greater rate than we were in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s now, because it's like, especially the black youth, we going to violence. Everything is, yo, pick up a gun, go fight, go get your lick back, and it's like, yo, the game is.
Yeah, bro. Look at the RICO charges they put in on people in New York City alone. I just saw in Queens they just locked up two separate gangs on a RICO charge. This shit is this. It's crazy, because just going back on Tay K, he's already serving a 55-year sentence for a separate murder, and they don't know if the sentences will be served concurrently or consecutively. So he has potential, bro, to serve over 135 years.
Damn.
For what? For robbing a photographer? For handing a backpack, and then you ran away? And it just made me think back on the K Flock case and everybody else. Like, bro, the streets are finished. The streets are done. Ain't cool to be streets. Anybody you know promoting the street stuff, they haven't really touched jail yet. Please go do something. We have so much opportunity now. Like I know back in our school days, Slick, the internet wasn't that great. So I know everyone would think, oh, we just had to go to school. But now there's so much opportunities. You could start a small business. You could be a content creator, a safe one, by the way, because some of you content creators be wilding out here. There's so much different avenues that y'all could do now instead of just the street shit, bro. This shit is not worth it because this man is going to potentially serve 135 years for trying to be cool and trying to rob someone that had nothing, that never did anything to him. And then, this is a pretty sad opening to our episode, Slick, because I want to talk about the Karmelo Anthony case a little bit.
The teenager, not the basketball player.
Yep. And this kind of pisses me off too, because all right, so a victim at a track meet got stabbed in the chest by, allegedly they saying, by Karmelo Anthony. But Karmelo Anthony and other witnesses are saying that they was trying to jump him, so he was defending himself. This happened a while ago, so cool. They put him on $1 million bond. Now they're harassing this black female judge because the female judge, after hearing certain evidence and certain claims from both sides, reduced the bond from $1 million to $250K. And now, Slick, the reason why I brought this up was, how's quick now? Sorry for my white folks, but white folks are now on Twitter saying "White Lives Matter, White Lives Matter." What happened to all lives matter now? And we see how when the judge, it just set the tones that racism is still alive and race talk still haven't been properly addressed in America. Because why are we still having these type of conversations, Slick? And it pains me because not only there's a victim, but a kid's life is in jeopardy, and we're still talking about race. I didn't say nothing when Kyle Rittenhouse got acquitted. George Zimmerman. But I digress. I digress.
No, I understand. I think it's definitely a sad case because it's like, I remember when I first heard about it a couple weeks back, but I was like, I need to hear more facts about the case. And there's been two sides. There's a side that says that they got into a fight and he stabbed him. There's the side that says that the Metcalf boys were bullying him and they put their hands on him first. It is disheartening because, again, a life was lost. I think there's nothing funny about somebody dying ever, but the satirical part is the white media, I guess I don't want to say right wing media, but it's like just that section of like people who just want to make it about, oh, white lives matters and the third. Like, it is like, it's amazing when you see like when the roles reverse how people respond. Because I saw like a lot of black people was like, oh, all lives matter, don't they? Right. And I know today they had the press conference for the Anthony family and they like kicked out the Metcalf father from the press conference. And, it's a big story right now. It's a lot happening. I think at the end of the day, somebody did lose their lives and all we have is the witness facts about the case. And I think that's really the scariest part about it. I on both sides, I send love and light because I'm like, nobody's kid is not coming home and there's a good chance somebody else's child will be in jail, right? Based on how the court system is going to probably try this.
Yep,
so it's just again disappointing. This was really a harsh way to start this episode.
Let's liven it up now, Slick. Let's get to some celebrity news, man. What's your thoughts about Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin successfully launching the first all-female space flight? So we had Gayle King, even though Gayle King looked scared as shit when she rang that bell. You have Katy Perry, you have Jeff's fiance Lauren Sanchez. Was part of the first female crew that had been to space. What's your thoughts about that, Slick?
That shit was fake as hell, boy.
You don't agree with it? Don't think?
That shit was mad fake. And even so, I'm like, what was the point? They went to space for what reason? Just to flex that Jeff Bezos got money to send people to space?
Yeah. They was there for 11 minutes, gang. Come on now.
And get off my line. That's a waste of resources and money. Let me get a tenth of what they spent to go there.
All right, let's get into some Coachella news. Have you seen some performances from Coachella?
I saw some of Meg Thee Stallion's go around. I saw T-Pain like he bodied it. Glorilla.
That nigga spun around like a tornado, my nigga.
Nah, T-Pain is built for those kind of performances. I think we gotta stop saying everybody deserves the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is for like, you want that to be something that's going to draw people. And I think T-Pain is amazing, but I don't think he's getting Super Bowl attention. But yeah, I've seen a couple of joints. I'm not really into the Coachella wave no more. I feel like it was a time when you were young, it was fun to fantasize about going to Coachella till you realize you got to sleep in the desert. But it's cool. I think nowadays that, like, you know, these big events, like, they're streamed. So it's like you don't get to go, but you can see your favorite artist. It's almost like a better experience to see it from the comfort of your couch or your computer, your game room or your gaming chair or laptop than it is to probably be there.
Hell yeah, because I've seen, shout out to Yeet, because Yeet did feel away by Drake. Shout out to Yeet, man. I saw that niggas was jumping. A couple people got an elbow to their face. I won't be surprised. But to the Coachella, there's a few things I want to talk to you about. First of all, your man's over there, Chris Brown. This nigga think what he think he is? He won a Grammy. He got a little success, a little stadium, so he thought he could slide back and get his old thing slick. What your man out here doing?
They was in the same section, and he said something, she laughed. Hey, well played, my brother. Well played.
I'm not jacking that. My nigga, don't you got a restraining order? Isn't there an active restraining order on him?
That's OD. Why you bring that up?
You see, Chris Brown, you're winning right now, Chris. You're winning right now. Don't fuck it up going back to old things. Let bygones be bygones. Even though it is spin the block season, I support you, man. Other thing, whatchamacallit, Meg Thee Stallion, amazing. Ciara, I see why Russell Wilson is all over you, girl. You got it. That little chair move she does. What the girls be saying? Clock it. What, I'm here for it. Yeet did a great job. Yeah, Coachella is just, like you said, it's better to just watch it streaming wise because you get different angles instead of if you actually there and you barely see anything. But shout out to Glorilla too. Glorilla, you shaking them little cutlets, baby. I love you, baby. You shaking them little chiclet cutlets over here. And then also, what's going on with Justin Bieber?
The Biebs, man, he going through it. He got fame early. He was exposed to a lot.
Cause my guy looking crazy, and then I saw him at the Sexy Red birthday dinner, and I'm over here like, what the fuck are you doing with Sexy Red over here?
Sexy Red definitely an industry plant. So Justin Bieber could be there.
He's in a fur coat with Sexy Red. I'm sitting here like, nah, that's that booger sugar. That nigga on that booger sugar for real. Well, shout out to everyone who performed in Coachella, man. What's your thoughts about Tommy Davidson potentially having Martin spinoff of his character for now?
Shout out to Tommy Davidson getting the show. Can I just say, I think we reached a point in streaming where there's too many ideas and too many shows. And even though there's a lot of good television, it's like there's still nothing to watch. So I feel like the oversaturation of the area, you get a show. Like, these are just great ideas, and it's nice to have. It's a luxury, but it's like, yo, I got mad services. And I was sitting here trying to struggle to find something to watch the other night. And I just feel like that's the thing. It's like you watch, we get a good, I think the best thing I watched in the last 2 weeks was probably Devil May Cry. Shout out to Devil May Cry. That shit is amazing. But it's like TV is not hitting like it used to. And it's like, some shows that could be movies, now they turn them into shows. And it's like, all right, now instead of being 2 hours of intense, like, well thought out action, it's like, all right, I gotta sit through 7-8 hours of this shit to actually get to the point I want to get to. By the time I get to episode 6, I don't care no more. You feel
That's
me?
a fact.
You feel me? So, like, shout out to Tommy. I'm Tommy Davidson. Congratulations getting your show. Martin spinoff 30 years later, cool. But it's just a matter of like, yo, we're getting more and more shit, and it just doesn't feel like I'm not in tune to watch it. Like, especially if it's going straight to streaming. Like, I think when stuff was on TV, it's like, all right, cool. I know I had to sit there to watch it. Then I can go back. Like Snowfall, I had to catch up. I had to watch it. You feel me? Game of Thrones, had to watch it. Like, I feel like all those shows that I had like time and effort.
Even Paradise, you like Paradise.
I love Paradise was one of the best ones, but that was something unexpected. And it's like, all right, cool. I got to see it before niggas start spoiling it and people want to talk about it and whatnot. So that's why I'm like, yo, we got to make sure we got to do better. I think we're oversaturating a lot of markets.
That's a fact. But there's gonna be some nice anime finally Fire Force season 3. So I'm gonna let it catch up on some episodes before I start watching it again. So shout out to all my anime watchers as well. We eating this spring though. But let's get into some music. I should have went to the Vybz Kartel concert, gang. That nigga had Brooklyn on a tilt, bro. And speaking on just, yo, everybody was Jamaican this past weekend, son. Everybody was Jamaican, and he brought out so many people. Nigga could do this shit. Nigga could start a residency at the Barclays. I'm jacking that shit, bro.
That's too much.
I'm jacking.
That's too much money overhead. But he definitely could. I think it was dope. The boy Vybz was out there. So I was like, yo, he said, it was good. It seems like Vybz, rule number one about concerts, never buy the first night. Always buy the second night. Because the first night, they normally trying to fill it out or whatever. They trying to get it popping. That second night, or like that Saturday night where there's like a guarantee, like they bringing somebody out. So I'm bringing out Shinsia, Spice, all of them. Like that was tough.
Just even the Shinsia one was, first of all, because they had that hit song. And then I didn't hear until the interview that, she kind of stole the song from him, and they had like a little tension for them to situate that and put that to the side for them to perform it. And she's showing love. He brought Little Kim out. I know why he bought Neo. I don't know why I understand why he bought Neo, because of that little remix you did with Rompin' Shop. You could have kept that bald nigga alone. Could have kept that little bald nigga in the back. That's neither here or there, but everybody was rocking. Niggas was making, all right, so as a Brooklyn resident, I know some niggas around the way, you feel me? Yo, niggas was eating out there, gang. Niggas was making bread. Yo, you know how much niggas was selling tickets for out there? Niggas was selling this shit over a band. And niggas was buying that shit, bro. One of my men said, yo, I was out there trying to buy some tickets from a nigga. A nigga ended up paying like $900 for the ticket, and then the ticket seller had over 10K. He made over 10K that one night reselling tickets. Niggas was eating. I heard the Jamaican. If you from Brooklyn, you already know the jerk stand niggas be coming out there. The corn lady was out there. The cherry cocoa mango lady was out there. Yo, the whole community was eating slick. Vybz Kartel, the world boss, brought the whole city out, and I'm sorry I doubted you. I should have popped out because all them ladies was looking fire. Shout out to Low Key Mar. That nigga snuck in jerk chicken in the spot. I don't know how the fuck you snuck jerk chicken in the spot, but you did. Shout out to that, son. I don't know, Slick. I don't know. Maybe it's the Caribbean to me. Maybe because I islands with her, Jason. But I was super proud and happy. Nothing too crazy happened, even though some people get arrested. But nothing too crazy happened. I thought it was going to be a whole slaughterhouse outside. But I'm just happy the city got together and enjoyed themselves. And shout out to Vybz Kartel, man. Shout out to him, bro. But let's get into some... Slick. I see you put that in the docket, man. The Drake versus K. Billboard battles. Slick, I don't know, man. So Kendrick Lamar released Luther video this past week. What's your thoughts on it before you get to the Billboard fight?
Solid video, well played. You trying to make sure, keep the momentum running, going 8 weeks strong at number one on Billboard. Can't be mad at it.
So you released this video after 5 months of the song being out?
I mean, it's definitely strategic.
When my nigga about to go number one with no care.
Yeah, they got him. They about to get Drake out of here too, apparently. The UMG responded to that. The discovery in the lawsuit, they was like, yo, don't open certain doors.
Our boy gonna open that doors because we not running. And over here, I wish Tox was here because we had an argument about this. Serena Williams, I love you, baby girl. I love you. But stand on business, Slick. Did you see what she said?
Yeah, she wasn't crib walking against Drake for not at the Super Bowl. It was just fun. She's a girl from Compton, and Compton was at the Super Bowl.
And we don't have no problem with Drake. We there's no problem with Drake. We known him. We don't have nothing negative to say to Drake. A lie. Just stand on business. My whole thing, Slick, I don't mind you saying, yo, fuck Drake. He dissed my husband on the Her Lost album, called him a groupie, and Kendrick Lamar put me in the record. I wanted to go there and crip walk. I would have respect that, Slick. As much as people think I wouldn't respect that, I would have respect that because at least you stood on business. But now you backpedaling. I ain't gonna do it to you, Serena, because you're a black woman and you're a champion in my eye, and you top 5, one of the greatest athletes in our modern time. So I ain't gonna go too hard on you. Just stand on business, baby girl. Just stand on business, because your ass had no correlation with NFL or the Super Bowl to be out there crip walking. The Wimbledon was like 13 years ago, mama. But yes, Drake, I ain't gonna lie. This lawsuit stuff, I need people to let shit rock before niggas start talking about it. I've tried my best not to talk about it on our platform, because there's new information coming out every single day. Let the court case go, and once the shit conclude, then we can do this whole podding about it, because every day there's something new coming out, and everybody has some theories about this shit, and I'm over that shit, bro. At this point, I'm over this shit. Let my man get his money from UMG.
I'm with it.
And too. UMG,
I agree. He just signed the Stake deal, so he about to be streaming. He got 180 million for a weekly stream on Stake. I ain't gonna, speculation. They saying they got the boy crypto wallet. That shit crazy.
Oh, about him allegedly having a message of someone that died that he potentially might. Yeah. My boy, you think my boy Chubbs wouldn't let my boy be that sloppy with it?
Yo, I just
think Chubbs would let him be sloppy with it like that?
Oh boy, I'm just like, what?
And also, let's talk about the music Mount Rushmore. So Slick, this is why I really want to have a conversation with, because you're a big music head. So there's been multiple Mount Rushmores. I don't know how these topics start, Slick. We need to start a topic on ourselves so we could go viral ourselves, Slick. Because who in their right mind? So do you want to go to the R&B Mount Rushmore or the white rappers Mount Rushmore? Because those were the ones that generated a lot of conversation.
You can pick. I don't care.
All right. So on the R&B Mount Rushmore, right?
Mm-hmm.
They put. So this came from Boosie. Boosie put this as disrespect to R. Kelly. So on the R&B Mount Rushmore, they put Michael Jackson, Usher, Chris Brown, and I believe this nigga look like Neo. I would send this to you on Instagram, but let me know if this nigga look like Neo to you, because he has that fedora that Neo was wearing back in the days. But do you think, and a lot of people disagreed with having Michael Jackson on the R&B Mount Rushmore. They thought he should be more on the pop. What's your thoughts?
I agree. I don't think this is fair. I think this is like modern R&B. This might be like if this is like 2000s on, you would say you could see it. You could probably run with that. I think we think about like R&B. It's weird because different things get classified as R&B to me, and it's like is different pockets, Like I would say, like respectfully, like granted we know what Kels did, but R. Kelly is one of the faces of R&B, because he's written not just his own hits but other people's hits. You would say probably Marvin Gaye for the impact. Again, these are not great people, but the impact they had on the music and this genre, you could argue, yes, those are the primary two. I would say to put R&B.
You fake gotta put. I know people are gonna disagree with me. Aaron Hall, because R. Kelly got his whole swag from Aaron Hall.
He stole the swag, but R. Kelly, you take the nigga swag and you can give it to everybody else. That's why I say Kels. You gotta say Babyface would be on my Mount Rushmore.
Oh yeah,
just for the
and
impact.
Keith Sweat too, because Keith Sweat has opened the doors for a lot of people like Tank and other artists as well.
Yeah, that last spot is. I would. You know what? Honestly, if I had to put Mike anywhere, and I guess you just thinking about, but I know we do Mike R&B because he's black. But if you just think about the impact of his music in all spaces and having like that crossover appeal where he was everywhere, I'd throw Mike in my 4th spot. Like not disrespecting Keith Sweat or Aaron Hall, any of these people, but I'm just thinking like, or you know what? Matter of fact, I'll take that back. Mike can go to pop. Mike could be an honorable mention just because his music was more so pop based more than R&B based. I'm gonna take Ronald Isley, the Isley Brothers. Mr. Biggs. Just thinking, when you really look at how much of an impact the Isleys have had on music, when you like, I went from their verses and went through like their greatest hits and whatnot, and you think about all their plays for 40 years.
And they fake got a hit every decade of their career.
Yeah, so it's like,
even in the 90s with R. Kelly, with Contagious, even now I think they had like a hit not too long ago. Not a big hit, but it was a hit.
Some people would say Stevie too. I've seen Stevie in that conversation. I'm just thinking about like music that has not only had an impact in its era and it was written for other people, but is just is able to be reused across the genre. People sample the Isley Brothers to this day. People say R. Kelly, again, carried the genre for 25 years.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, this generation might bring R. Kelly back, because on TikTok now, they are dancing to his "Feeling on Your Booty" song on TikTok now. The shit going up now. I'm like, wait, I thought we all collectively canceled R. Kelly. I guess not. But let's go into white rappers. So on the white rapper Mount Rushmore, we have Eminem, Mac Miller, Paul Wall, and Russ. I will opt out Russ, even though Russ is independent god. Jack Harlow. What's your thoughts, Slick? What's your thoughts?
Eminem automatically. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I need Jack to have a little bit more longevity in the game. That's the only thing. What about the Beastie Boys when you think about white rappers?
Yeah, you gotta put Vanilla Ice up there too. Vanilla Ice opened the doors up for a lot of niggas, even for Eminem.
Again, I'm thinking about the impact though. That's my biggest thing. That's why I'm like, in terms of the music and just creating that space, I can't think of too many white rappers. Like there's a lot of flash in the pan. So
you got Machine Gun Kelly, Yellow Wolf, Action Bronzer.
I guess Matt
G-Eazy.
I would let Max.
Yo, your favorite Post Malone.
That man's a country music star.
What about Logic? Even though he be claiming he be shouting he half black. So
no, I think I'd probably I'd add the Beastie Boys in there somewhere, some way. But we forgetting about this legend, gang. Bubba Sparks, my nigga. Come on, booty, rocking it. Come on, gang. Yo, niggas put a better respect on Bubba Sparks. Bubba Sparks was holding niggas down after Eminem started going downhill. Let's not forget Bubba Sparks was out here for white people out here. Shout out to Bubba Sparks, bro. You fake might like throwing Kid Rock, even though he a little racist. You feel me? Everybody's a little racist.
What about Lil Dicky? You feel me?
Low key. I mean, he hasn't had the commercial appeal. Out of most people you named, he's probably the white rapper I listen to the most out of all of them.
You know who I listen a lot in his beginning? Ashton Roth. And Ashton Roth, we got beef, by the way, nigga. College was not the way you thought you said college was, my nigga. I'm so upset about you about that, my nigga. It was wait. I Love College came out like 2010, right? Or 2009.
Yeah, we were selling what's it called?
Bro, I remember it was 2 or 3 years before graduation. I'm like, yeah, niggas like to go to college, get drunk, get lit. Maybe because we went to bum ass UA. Maybe that's why. Maybe if we went to like a HBCU or like Penn State or some shit. Because we did get to UA once after the Kegs and Eggs shit happened. So that's why shit was quiet for us.
Yo, side note, you ever think about that? Like we went to Albany, which was great, fine, great experience. Like I wouldn't trade it in. But do you think like knowing what you know now, would you still go back and go to Albany?
Oh, I don't want to be sentimental with you because I don't fuck with you like that. But I would have met your ass, so I would. I don't want to.
Yeah, like
there's a lot of people that I met that I still talk to, because I ain't gonna lie, for UA being a small. Even though I like to joke like we're the HBCU of the North, I like to joke. But for this black community that we had, we still kind of like connected still to this day. Yeah, it's been almost 10 years.
Yeah, if I see anybody from the Albany days, like it's love. Like even if we ain't really, we just like head nod while we're in college, definitely dad, what's up, how's the fam, what's going on. That's real. I just think about that because you know what it is. I think as you were just saying that, it's just like, damn, we had a good experience, but it was like, was it as black as it needed to be? You Albany was a pinnacle of diversity, and I will always appreciate it for that. That's what I went there for. I wanted to be on a campus that had different people and perspectives and whatnot. But I just think about people who were able to get like the Howard experience, or able, even if it was just for a year. Like I was like, how they do foreign exchange? Like it should be like domestic exchange. Like you should be able to go to somebody else's school for a semester or a year just to be like, all right, this is what it is. Like I think as Black people, you gotta experience an HBCU, or you gotta go you gotta leave your state. Like I feel like that's something that should be done, and because I think the thing about you think about in-state tuition, like that's always something that rocks out. It's like, yo, why weren't we at Clark? Why weren't we down in Atlanta? Why weren't we down in the Carolinas?
That shit was expensive.
I'm saying, but I'm just like, you think about like knowing what you know now. Like student loans was always gonna be shitty. Life was always gonna be tough. That was really the time. Like for the youngins, if any of the young people do listen to this, like, yo, this is the time when you go into school. Like, yo, go away.
Oh yeah, facts.
Student loans is gonna be there regardless. They gonna get your ass.
Yeah, and now in the job field, you're gonna need a master's. That bachelor shit ain't worth a damn unless you got like a strong network of nepotism. Basically, you're gonna need nepotism if you just want to have a bachelor's in this shit. To be honest with you.
Yeah, like I was like,
I'm being realistic.
I love the people in the village that was created at Albany. I think that was amazing, and I think that it's something that you do need. But I think like just to have a semester or a year where I was just somewhere else would have been so powerful. Just to be able to.
That's one thing I regret not doing in Albany is not doing the study abroad. I wanted to do a study abroad because I remember I think at the time was Italy.
They had Italy. They had Brazil.
I would have lost my mind in Brazil. Young Brian in Brazil. Yeah, nigga, I would have had to come back.
My college joint told me I couldn't go. I remember that. Shorty Dad said I couldn't go.
But I definitely agree with you because I would love to go into Lincoln because, like, shout out to my fraternity, talking to other brothers from that went to different schools and just hearing their experience, even though they no shade to the HBCU, they had like a lot of like housing issues. You feel me? But just the experience and then just all the memories and stuff that they've told me about, I was like, damn. Even though we got our own memories.
Oh yeah, 100%. We got.
You feel me? Like niggas, like come on now, we got shot at. Niggas got shot outside of the GWU gang. Come on, now let's turn Albany up, son. Come on now.
Niggas was throwing tear gas outside the park. Nah, 100%. I'm just saying, like knowing what you know now, like, youth fraternity. Like I always say, like yo, I got to school, I had no idea about. Like again, the Black community was so small in our college that it was just like, damn, what is a frat? Like, what is all these different things? What is these different student groups and whatnot? So imagine being in a space where you just like, yo, it's all. Not say it's all fuck that. I'm gonna say this, it's all Black or it's all whatever. It's like, yo, this is what it's like a different era of Black. Like you down. So imagine being in Albany with like down south cadence and niceness, like people just being southern hospitality.
Yeah, bro.
Remember, like you at a point you knew the Black, you knew who the Black people were in your year. You knew who the year above you was and the year below you was, and it was like, all right, cool. We're gonna get a handful, a smattering of people here, but then people also gonna leave. Like imagine going to like fucking DSU or going to somewhere where it's just like, yo, this shit would have been crazy.
I've been to DSU. I would have lost my mind in DSU.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
So maybe you needed
beautiful women that I've seen in DSU.
Maybe you needed to lose your mind. Maybe it's like like our Africana studies classes was tough, but imagine being in like the heart of it.
Howard. Oh my God. And for Howard too, the homecomings and just the big events there too. It's just a lot of celebrities. Even though we had some to be honest with you, shout out to UA. We had some celebrities before they popped off. We had A Boogie came before he popped off.
Betty Bob at the peak of his powers.
We had Future. We had J. Cole before they really took that next step into their stardom for real.
Albany was, I think, the best of what it was. If you think about the SUNYs and you think about just the experience of
we the best out of the SUNYs off the rip.
Yeah, you think about like you want to travel in New York but not go too far. Like it's like for me personally, I think like, damn, what if I would have went to play basketball? Like I took that offer to play ball. It's just always different things that come up. So I'm just like, oh, damn. Like how they say how we do the choose ones. Like, could you stay here? Would you do things the same way they were? Would you switch? I was like, oh, it's just a fun thing to think about.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that's I don't think that's I agree with you. But like you said, yo, if you have the chance to go away for college, go away. No shade to my CUNY or community college. Do what you gotta do if that fits your financial or that fits your situation. But if you do have the chance to go away, just even if you don't like it, because I even have my niece. My niece went up to her college, went away. She didn't like it. She came back. Cool. As long as you attempted to go away, and because commuting to school from home and living at the campus is like two separate experience. And I fortunately had the chance because before I went to Albany, I was at Kingsborough, and bro, I'm so glad that I went to UA instead of just staying local. So yeah. Let's get into some sports, man. Season is done. The play-in tournament is currently going on. Sac Town. Yeah, I got beat by the Mavericks. But I'm gonna ask you for your wrap-up, Slick, but I just want to quickly get into the Mavs versus Sacramento. Do you think it's smart for the Mavericks to be playing their heart out and to get into the playoffs? Because right now they're going to be losing their draft stock. Because if they get into the playoff, they're going to be the 8th seed. And the 8th seed, the percentage of getting a good draft pick goes down significantly than a 10th seed. Do you think they should be doing their best to get into the playoff?
I think that coming off a finals appearance and then trading a superstar, you got to build goodwill with your fan base. It's a business at the end of the day. And I think that if Kyrie wasn't hurt, I could argue they probably been in the play-in, but they would have been a 7th, 8th seed. So they would have had 2 opportunities at this, and they would have been a dangerous out. And what they're playing for right now is opportunity to play OKC. And we haven't seen this Mavericks team healthy. We won't see them with Kyrie, but AD looks like he's getting better. The bigs are back. I would say you got a puncher's chance, right? AD is still a top 15 player. You got some young talent, PJ Washington. They've unlocked him, playing him as small forward. Why not? Why not?
Really?
Why not? I think if you're talking
but
about,
you're not going to. You don't think they have a chance to really go deep into the playoffs? I don't. Do you?
But the thing about the playoffs, you play OKC. You're, knock on wood, you're one SGA ankle, grade 2 ankle sprain away from being like, oh shit, now we got a chance because we both missing a star guard. Or it's like, can Hartenstein and what's his name really guard Anthony Davis for a 7-game series? And what happens if they can't make threes in OKC? We know Dallas can make threes.
Yeah, that's a fact. Klay Thompson went off.
Klay Thompson, Najee Marshall, Brandon Williams, Spencer
Max Christie.
AD's been pulling. You got rebounds, and they got depth in the front court. It's interesting. I'll say on wax, I might have them beating the Grizzlies tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see that. But I just think, because Gil, shout out to Gil's Arena, because I think I agree with Gil. Yeah, you're doing it for your fan perspective, but you're potentially losing out on a great draft pick to help you out next season.
Well, if we're being for real, right? If you make the playoffs at the 8th seed, that means you're guaranteed the 16th pick in the draft. So if they would have lost it, they would have been the 14th to the 12th, anywhere between 12 and 14, right? So you're not necessarily losing out by much. Say you package up one of your young players or one of your centers with that pick, you can move up. There's a team that back end, Philadelphia, might take an extra. You trade Daniel Gafford in that 1st round pick to Philadelphia to swap picks. Why wouldn't they do that? They're not getting, right? So I think that with the draft, unless you're guaranteed one of those top, this year I think it's a 5-player draft. So you're not in the top 5, top 6. It's like, all right, cool. I'd rather get to the playoffs, still get a player I like. If I want to trade up, I can trade up. If it was next year, I would say no. Next year, there's like legitimately certified like 5 or 6 guys that could be number 1 picks, and then another 3 guys that could be top 5 picks. So you're saying the top 10 next year is loaded, and that's before Tyron Stokes agrees to reclassify and go. And we don't know if Cooper's coming out this year. He's waffling, so it's like, hey,
he wants to run it back because he was that close to.
They about to give him $20 million. You give me 20. He reclassified. So technically, what was last year would have been his senior year in high school. So he was doing all that to what would have been a senior in high school. So this would be his true freshman year age. Imagine the development, the on-ball reps he would get. Not saying it's going to be NBA reps, but if somebody's going to give you $20 million to go back to a place you love to be at, why not?
Yeah, I see that.
And again,
what's your thoughts?
And my fault, I just want to say, and then again, he's gonna end up on the Wizards or the who else is at the bottom? The Wizards, the Pelicans. Unless he goes to the Pelicans or Chicago, he's cooked. It's gonna be a lot of losing.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a lot of losing that he's not used to. So that's really what does a lot of top picks in. And he has a mentality to want to be great, but it's like, fuck, do I want to be, at least if I'm going to lose, let me get $20 million now and then let me resurvey the landscape next year.
I agree. What's your thoughts about the other season wrap up? What's your thoughts about the other season wrap up?
I think this was a good season. Not good. The NBA is trash right now. Just the rule changes, the excessive jump shots. I think a lot of players are highly skilled, but it's just not a fun game to watch. Everybody just wants to jack threes. The Luka to LA trade saved the season. I think that made people want to pay attention to who else was getting moved or what else could happen. I think next year can be a lot better because we're starting to see the reallocation of talent across the league, and we're gonna get this good draft class coming in, and teams that are right there, Minnesota, New York, LA, OKC, even Houston, they're going to make moves. Whoever does not win the title, and even the team that does win the title, if I'm saying I still got Boston winning the title this year, like other teams are going to have to make moves. And that's where you're going to see a Zion Williamson get traded, a Kevin Durant get traded, a LaMelo Ball get traded, a Trae Young get traded. You're going to see moves.
John Morant
might get traded. So I think the league is rebalancing power, and I think Adam Silver has to figure out how to make the play style more conducive to something fun.
I want Adam to start being like David Stern, belt to ass to these boys. Because I ain't going to lie. Some of these boys been acting out of line. I ain't gonna lie. And under Stern era, that nigga would have belt to ass to some of these dudes. Only thing I want him to do better is the refs. The refs got too much power. I think they should. I don't know what's the policy if the refs go through reviews every season and they go through and then they fire or anything like that. But the refs, I'm still heated off of that tech on Luka from that ref. And there's been a lot of those incidents where refs been giving out techs and affecting the game when they should just more so referee the game. But I agree with your wrap up on the season. Though.
We'll see how it goes. I think there's a lot of changes that need to happen, but it's like that's when you empower players and you're paying them all this money. They feel like they're bigger than the game, right? It's a lot of ego. So.
Speaking of just being bigger than the game, the NIL deals are messing up college basketball and football. Did you see that Tennessee player who won $4.2 million and held out in the playoffs?
Yo, bro. I'm all for college kids getting their money because the NCAA, like, you shouldn't be selling shirts for niggas and then you going to tell them they can't play or win an award because they, got improper benefits. So pay is cool. It needs to be contracts though. It can't just be I'm gonna pay you a year-to-year thing because he's Lamavelia. I'm sorry if I messed up your name.
Yeah, something like that.
He's made 2.4. He heard about the other boy making 4 or 4.8 or whatever, and he's trying to match that. I'm like, bro, you got them to the college football playoffs. I get that. At the same time, it's like that's not how business is done. Like they're paying you $2.4 million. This is just to hold you over till you get to the league, right? I saw somebody said like, oh, maybe he realized he's not going to be good enough in the NFL to get that kind of money. And like, yo, they definitely not going to want your ass down seeing you holding out for money at 20. You're not even 21 yet, dog. And I think it's even worse in basketball because it's like mid-majors are dying. You have a good year in even D2, low D1, mid D1. It's like, all right, yeah, come sign to North Carolina. Come sign to Auburn. Come sign to these. And it's like, God, that's already not talking about the ages. I'm like, yo, teams of 23 and 24-year-olds playing 19, 20-year-olds. I'm like, what is happening?
27-year-old senior coming back to play? Come on, man.
No, it's not my thing. It's not my thing. I don't like that.
And then did you hear about the Baylor sports team? Practically their whole football and basketball team is just heavily involved in the transfer portal. They're going to lose their whole sports team because a lot of the players are leaving to go to other schools.
Yeah, it's the game. It's the nature of the game. I feel like you should have to commit for 2 years wherever you go. Not for all 4, but I feel like if I'm paying you X, like if you want certain money or certain tiers, that comes with a certain commitment. I need you here for 2 years. I think that we have to get to showing these athletes need to abide by their contracts, and I think college is where you're going to start teaching them that. Like, because as a school, if I'm giving you $2.4 million, you tell me that's not enough. So it's enough to get you here, but you heard somebody else got more. So you're moving off of that, and so you want this. I'm like, that's not our agreement, right? If you break NIL, you should have to sit out for the rest of the year, for another year.
That's a fact.
And then it's even like, even with the NIL money, you thinking like, yo, people that aren't even getting stats. Like I think that's what Terrence Mann said. It's like you average 7 points in college and you ask it for $500,000-$600,000. Like what? What?
That shit nasty, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They gonna make niggas regret ever giving them NIL deals over here.
Give the wrong young niggas money. Give the wrong young niggas money.
First and foremost, we want to give our condolences to former LSU receiver Kyren Lacy. He passed away, which is being stated as a suicide. And there's more details, but we don't want to talk about the more details. We just want to just say, like we said earlier in this episode, make sure you talk to someone. You never know what anyone's going through. I know he had like a court case coming up for something that happened when someone passed away, and I think that was eating at him. But it's just sad to see someone who was supposed to be in the draft soon take away his life. And just seeing, I don't know, something about seeing him being born in 2000 kind of just like, damn, kind of fucked me up a little bit, bro. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, nah, your circle is important, especially it's like everybody tell you the best thing coming, you about to be next in the league, you got all this opportunity. Like, and in that situation, like taking your life because of a decision, like your life isn't over. It's going to be different because, again, we're not going to go into full details about what happened. You can look it up for yourself. But just the idea of like, yo, taking your life, like you had, there were other outcomes to come. And I wish his circle was hope. I'm not going to say they weren't doing what they needed to do, but just paid a little bit more attention to him and what was happening around him. That would have been something that I would have really wished for this young man. But rest in power, young sir.
Facts. And real quick before you get to our song of the week, shout out to the WNBA. I saw the draft. Shout out to my girl Paige over here. She gonna be cooking up in Dallas. Shout out to HVL going to Chicago with Angel Reese. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know ESPN was gonna cook that one shorty that went undrafted.
Sedona Pierce, yo, she there. She's 24. She got a couple domestic situations.
Yo, she was really grabbing on by the coochie. Like, yo, shorty was wilding. But shout out to the WNBA for staying on business and ESPN cooking her for that. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't expecting that. But any noticeable pick that you see from the WNBA draft before we get to our song of the week?
Dominique Mbongo, number 2 pick. She's the girl that was dunking on YouTube like 3 years ago. She's the youngest player in the league. She's 19. The second youngest player after her is like 22. So she got a chance to be really dominant, and if she can really catch her footing and develop properly, she gonna break some records.
Yeah, bro. She started yamming on you chicks' heads. I'm gonna be rolling. I ain't gonna lie. And shout out to Paige once again too, because she ended up getting her teammates drafted by some other teams in her speech. So shout out to that. I can't wait for the WNBA season to start off. Once again, Juju, get better. We're gonna see you there next year or so, and you're gonna turn that league up even more though. But let's get to our song of the week. If you're listening to this on YouTube, please exit and go to your favorite streaming platform, preferably a live podcast app, which you can find on iOS and Android, or you can find our previous song of the week on Apple Music playlist or our Spotify music playlist. Hey, that was Emerald featuring Ron Suno, Freaky Drill. You can listen to our previous song of the week on Apple Music playlist or our Spotify music playlist, but that's not what you're here for. You're here for the people's choice, the people's favorite, Slick. Drop it.
I can be toxic, but so what? You gonna love it here. Shit, fuck is you talking about? We have fun over here. It's very fun here.
And it's fun indeed. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Toxic Service announcement. You already know who we sponsored by. The one and only Heart of Moisture.
This Might Not Go Well podcast is sponsored by Heart of Moisture, your most trusted distributors in all things beauty. From hair products to wellness tools and more, we provide you with access to beauty supplies from wherever you are. Follow us on all social platforms at Heart of Moisture and visit our website at heartofmoisture.com. Let us know how we can serve your community when it comes to your wellness needs. Email us at admin@heartofmoisture.com for more information. Essentials with ease.
Shout out to Heart of Moisture. Go support Black female business. But Slick, this week's TSA is just us two, man. And I ain't gonna lie. I think Tox is gonna hate us for some of these topics because these topics, Slick, that I've been meaning to talk about for the last couple of weeks. Slick, did you see that viral video of the woman describing her swinger party?
I have not.
Can you play it? It's on our Twitter. You probably saw the meme.
My Houston trip is not up to a good start.
Just react to it. Like, just listen to it.
I know y'all have been busy since then.
We're getting ready to go to the party. I'm excited. Yeah. We just have an entire room filled with beds from wall to wall. Now, okay, we're rolling. Oh, okay, videographer. Thank you. I'm glad you got here.
We got you.
I was looking for you earlier. Yeah, they're having sex over there on the wall. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, we're back from the party. I had fun. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah, it was cool. It was a blast. It was cool.
How many did you have?
Dos.
How many?
2.
Who do the kids like?
Oh, what? Yo, what did I just watch?
So I don't know where to even start with this, Slick. So you know how they gave it, like, you know how the new trend is to give them like a routine or a day with this person. So she gave you sort of a
day in the life of a swinger party.
Yes. Niggas had tacos, my nigga. Niggas had a whole Mexican platter there, Slick.
Do you want tacos when you're swinging? I feel like there's so much room for error.
Now, given that you just seen this video, Slick, would you, now if you was a single man, not a father, not a husband, all that good stuff, Slick, would you mind participating in a swinger party like that? It looks like it's safe. I don't think it's sanitized, but
yeah, no, that shit look weird, dog. I'll just send me to Miami. If I was in that situation, just send me to Miami or DR or something. I'll party with the rock stars. I'm not going to that. That she wasn't even cute. I know
but I have the only shorties that was there though,
that's the only shorty she showed. I was like, nah, show me where the baddies is at. We could talk.
So you wouldn't go to a swingers party?
I gotta know who all gonna be there.
So it's only nah. You get a little look in your system. You feel me? Everybody's open. Everybody's free. Slick.
I get the aggressive Rasputia looking chick to be on my body. I'm gonna be mad the whole night.
They be getting some good pussy. You feel me? Come on now. Niggas not gonna snitch on you. Like,
I'm gonna snitch on myself. My day in the life video. So y'all, I went with this nigga to this stupid ass swingers party, and like 6 big girls jumped on me. I don't know what to do. It hurts.
I'm putting this out there now, so you don't judge me. By 40, if I don't have nothing else on my name, Slick, if you catch me in there, leave me alone. Don't say nothing again.
I'm gonna catch your ass in the group chat. Catch your ass.
Don't say nothing to me, Slick. By 40, if I'm not out these streets, living that little picket fence life and all that, Slick, I'm gonna live life because this is some shit I would done in our early after college. If we had some money after college, Slick, I'll probably participate in one and two.
I would say, well, technically college would. Never mind.
Yeah, we can't say that. Okay, you know, we have to bring back our stud segment. We haven't done it for a while, Slick, but we could open up that TikTok, the question for the fellas. This woman has a question for us, and I think you might enjoy this question.
I have a lot of male followers, so hopefully this lands on the guys' For You page. Serious question. Okay, you meet a girl out in public. She's everything that you want. She looks wise, everything that you want. Whatever it is that you want, she's everything. She meets every criteria, checking all the boxes. Y'all are talking. You find out she's best friends with her ex. But before you go, her ex is a girl. So she's bisexual. You're like, oh, okay. She's best friends with her ex, but her ex is a girl. Problem? If you said it's not a problem. If you're like, no, that's cool. She's friends with her ex is a girl, that's fine. I have a follow-up. The best friend ex is masculine presenting. So it's not like a femme like her. Like, she's all cute and looks straight. The best friend ex is masculine presenting. Problem? Is that still okay?
Why do you have this shit?
Come on.
Nah, real talk. My young years, I probably would have felt a little weird. Now I probably wouldn't care that much.
You wouldn't care, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't care no more. Because I'm like, yo, what the fuck? She got a vagina, I get it. Strap on, strap off, do what y'all do y'all thing. Like,
and they make sure they boiled it, so everything's good.
You're a dickhead. Nah, like yo, all shit is transparent. I don't care. Don't have me looking dumb. That's my rules. You don't have me looking dumb. We straight.
That's a fact. I ain't gonna lie. We said this kind of like a trademark. Maybe I don't know how we gonna promote this on a t-shirt, but I say all the time, we like an honest hoe. Just be honest. Because one of the thing about guys is we don't want to have egg on our face. Like, we don't want nobody else coming to us. Because, like, we said this way back before, but guys will put up with a lot of shit if shit is...
Oh, my bad. I didn't realize I was still on TikTok. My fault.
Guys will put up a lot of shit if the shit not a lot of people know about it. You feel me? So, if you're just honest, and I ain't gonna lie, I understand when old niggas say like, yo, you can't cuff these chicks in a way like, yo, Shorty's going to cheat. Shorty's going to cheat. You can't control her. The more you trying to be possessive or territorial with her, the more you're going to push her to cheat.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't handcuff these girls, bro.
You make yourself miserable. I think that if you go into a situation where you feel like you have to control her actions, that's not the one for you. I think we've all been there as men where it's like, all right, cool. If I just tell you, if I lay the ground rules and I'm super and I'm like, nah, that's like being in jail. That's like you with your parents. You don't want that.
Facts.
You feel me? That's what I said. Like, remember when if y'all listen to them Hopeless episodes, I spelled it out for y'all. Like, it's very
Facts,
much.
at the end of the day, if I put a boundary, now I granted, if you cross a boundary and I never told you that was a boundary of mine, cool. But now that you know that's a boundary of mine and you cross it, copy. I'm just going to remove myself because there's no respect over here.
100%.
You feel me?
That's a Fendi. Like, yeah. So it's like, so as long as it's like, I don't gotta look stupid. Like, oh, these bitches is kissing in the club. Wait a minute now. Hold up.
Facts. I saw your shorty. Nah. But now, speaking of just in the club, Slick, the new fashion for shorties in the club is no longer the wrestling outfits that we used to joke on about, Slick, a little lingerie, Slick. These girls are dressing like Little Miss Perry on the on the farm. The new trend for girls are milkmaid dresses. What's your thoughts about that, Slick?
What is that?
You don't know what a milkmaid dress is?
I don't go outside. And when I go outside, I go to an old person.
Hold on, Slick. Hold on. Let me find you a ref. I don't know. I'm scared to send you something from Twitter because it might be porn. I'm scared like that. Yo, bro. Sometimes I be trying to send some shit and I look up some shit and it'd be like wild porn on this shit, bro.
Yeah, Elon a nerd. Nerds love porn.
So what you gonna call it? I just choose the first girl that I saw on here. But these are the type of dress that shorties are now wearing in the spot now. You feel me? The little milkmaid dress, the little, Southern Belle type of shit. Hold on. What's your thoughts? Shorties wearing that to the spot, showing that it's nice for the titties though. You feel me? It's like the new sundresses. You feel me? I don't want a girl in a sundress no more. Send a girl in the milkmaid dress for me. You feel me?
Oh, this shit alright.
So you jacking it. Matter of fact, why did you only show me white women? Hold on. What's going on with my TikTok? What's going on with my Twitter over here? Show me the black women and the milkmaid over here.
Okay. Should I could jack that. That's cool. I don't be in the club no more, so it wouldn't matter to me none.
Oh yeah, now I found a beautiful sister over here. Okay. Shout out to Lola. I'm not even gonna pronounce her name because that shit. But this is nice. Shout out to the milkmaid dresses girls out here. I think it's classy. It shows a little bit of the body, gives her a little pill of the sundress, but you can fake take her to a family gathering like this.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at this.
In the summer.
Yeah, the milkmaid dress not bad.
I'm jacking it. All right, let's get to our choose one, Slick. All right, this week's choose one. Would you rather be allergic to your favorite food or have a permanent crooked hairline?
Choose my favorite food.
Hey, yo, Soulja Boy had a crooked hairline. Remember that viral picture?
Mm-hmm.
He got through with it. You can't.
No. I'm not.
First of all, what's your favorite food?
It depends on the day. Something that I will always run back to is a good steak. If you tell me I'm allergic to steak, bro, I'm gonna cry.
So just take that crooked hairline. Come on, gang.
That's cool. I like my hairline straight. It's it's a toxic trait. If my hairline not straight, I feel it. I understand. It makes my bones hurt.
But you out the game, gang. You don't have to worry about that. You feel me?
You think that? See, when niggas start thinking they out the game, so they don't have to worry about that. That's when they get ugly and fat, and they find a wife in bed with a white man.
Oh, that's a fact. Now you can always take this. You always take that trip to China. You feel me? If this shit crooked, you feel me?
Nah.
And have a nigga just Beijing that shit up real quick to line you up and you good.
It up. Nah, I don't know, bro. I got my clippers.
I don't know if I could be allergic to my favorite food, man. That's a sad right there, gang.
I'm about to say I got a second favorite. I'll be all right. I'll replace it. I'll find a way.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. A good grill. And
a good grill is nice. That's why I ain't grill. With the avec Jean-Jean. I don't know if I don't. The Jean-Jean, des Jean-Jean, you know.
Yeah, bro. I don't know, man. Give me a crooked hairline. If it's that crooked, bro, I'm going bald. Fuck it.
That's a fact. Too.
I get me beard extensions. And rock out with that.
I don't grow a beard yet, so I can't do none of that bullshit till I got something.
Oh man, but let us know which one you choose in the comment section. This is a great way to end this episode. Slick. Thank y'all for rocking out with us. Shout out to Jamie Tox, aka the Toxic Commander-in-Chief. He will be here next week. Make sure you follow us on all social media at This Might Not Go Well. You feel me? Brandon deals, business opportunity. Please email us at thismightnotgowell@gmail.com. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe everywhere. Rate us 5 stars because we're trying to grow. We're trying to, become one of those big podcasts. And I am B Breezy, aka Poppy Size On.
It's your boy Slick. Y'all be great. We'll see y'all next week with the full team.
Check out.
Distinct beats. Try to tell them we up next, you can't stop that. This your favorite podcast. Every show is lit, baby. You know what we finna do. Slick gon' talk that slick talk, he gon' get political. Do not switch topics, niggas is toxic. Poppy shots don't always saying something wrong, but if you don't like it, what we saying, nigga, oh well. We try to tell you, baby, this might not go well. This might not go. Hey, that's it. One take. We're not even doing it again. Keep that. That's the one.